Welcome, dear Toastmasters online, and welcome, dear Toastmasters who will watch this recording afterwards. My name is Dagny Huberg. I'm the PR manager of District 108, and I'm really happy to introduce you all tonight, our, I would say, most enthusiastic Toastmasters, Milena Maciuszko and Emilia Songowicz from IKEA Toastmasters in Poland. Now, stage is yours, and I'm really excited about your webinar today.
Welcome, everyone. Welcome, enthusiasm of the Corporates Club. And I'm really happy that you are joining us together with Emilia. Emilia, do you want to say something from your side?
Yes, warm welcome from our side. My name is Emilia Songowicz, and I will support Milena at the later stage of our topic.
Yeah, we will fill in together this presentation because I thought it's good to bring more people to the presentation and have better energy and more energy. And the aim of today's meeting is how to open and maintain a corporate club. Let me share. Can I share the screen? Yes, I think I can. Give me a second. Do you see the presentation?
Yes, we can.
Super. So this is the topic of our meeting, how to open and maintain a corporate club. The way how we prepared it is that we decided to split in three parts. The first part is how to open a new corporate club. The second part is how to maintain a corporate, and here Emilia will talk more. The first part I will talk more. However, sometimes maybe we will be adding some comments because we want to have it as a dynamic conversation, a talk. So also in the end, we have questions and answers. But if you sit with any questions in the meantime, please put your questions in the chat. So we will also look to these questions in the meantime and try to open straight away, because sometimes it's better to open when you to answer the question when you have it and not to wait till the end. So please put it in the chat. And I think somehow, Emilia, please, control the chat, and also Dagnia, and also, so because I see I don't have the visibility now. Good, so let's start. So, club opening. When you think about the new corporate club, I don't know, maybe you're thinking, okay, what shall I start with? So there are some kind of preconditions, some recommendations which we see it's good to start with. And I think the first natural starting point is that you need to have an internal approval. What is it about? So actually there are different scenarios, because probably you are already in this corporate club, in this corporate. So actually you are, as a Toastmaster, you have a knowledge, you know how to how Toastmaster world look like. So it will be easier for you to convince these people who are in the corporate who can make decision. And as the support, it's worth mentioning that as the support, Toastmasters prepared that presentation. If you go to the resources, you can find that presentation, which is called How to Develop Leaders from Within. So this is the special presentation which Toastmasters prepared with some slides, with some basic information, how Toastmaster can be developed and how Toastmasters can support corporations. But sometimes it's not so easy to get to the person who is decision maker. Firstly, you maybe need to talk to some people who you know, maybe to your manager. Maybe you can share the idea with your manager just briefly that you want to open the club, to talk about the benefits, to ask for the help, who you think can help me. And then by that, you will identify who in your organization can make this decision. You know, every corporate is different. So sometimes maybe you need the recommendation, or someone will let this decision maker know that maybe there is a person who has a good idea and you can meet. Or some corporations are so open, so you can go directly to the decision maker and discuss about this idea. But the most important thing is that you need to actually identify who can make this decision in your corporation. So this is the starting point. Then once you have the decision, you need to start to create the team. Why it's so important? It's very important because this is quite big initiative and you are not able to do it alone. Forget about it. If you try to do it alone, it will be too much and you will be overwhelmed. And also it's important to create the team because this team, this internal team, will support you also in the club maintenance, which Emilia will share more about. So probably these people who you will on board here will become your future club officers. And who should be in the team? I think that very important it is very important that you have someone from the HR. The best would be if this person is responsible also for the learning offer. So when I was opening the club, I get the approval and my office manager decided actually already that we need to have Małgosia in the team because she's responsible for learning in our office and she needs to know what is it and help you to establish it. So I got actually Małgosia, and also I organized 3 other people from our office, and these were people who I know, who showed the interest in the Toastmaster and who wanted to join me and help to establish this club. And it's also beneficial to have someone from communication. Why? I will come to that. So remember, start to build the team. Sometimes approach the person, just let her know, you know, I'm doing this, I'm opening the club. This is gonna be super fun and we are going to do something new in the organization. Maybe you can join us and we will do that together. So this is very important. And once you have these people, plan the implementation. Planning is something what really help you organize the work of the team. It's like a small project. So you need to treat this club opening as a project. You set the deadline. So what is the date when we want to open the club? When we were opening IKEA Toastmaster Club, it was like middle of January. We decided, okay, we want to try to open it at the beginning of April. So 1st April, beginning of April is our starting date. And now let's plan everything backwards. And now I will go to this task planning. Just I want to check if Emilia, do we have any questions to that or not yet? Not yet. Okay. So this task planning, we took a sit together with all of these people who created this team, and we started to set what are the areas which we need to focus on when we are opening a new club. So one big part is administration. And here also I need to mention that club sponsor is the person, actually the new club can have 2 club sponsors, and these 2 people are responsible to help you with this club opening. So if you are a sponsor, so then you need to think about all of this. And if you are a club, if you are in a corporate and you don't have any Toastmaster, then you have external sponsors. So it depends. And administration is everything like this bureaucracy, paperwork, which needs to be done. And these are the papers which are sent to the Toastmasters International in America. And based on these papers, they are firstly opening the club as the potential club. And once you have the members, at least 20 members, they can charter the club. And there is quite a lot of documents which needs to be filled in, the documents about the club, how it's going to function, what are the basic rules about this club, also who is going to be the club officers in the future. And all of this needs to be prepared and sent to the US. My recommendation is to plan like 2-3 weeks before for this all work, because it sometimes takes some time to collect all information. So one very important part of task planning is administration. The second big activity which we identified is communication and PR. Sometimes it's called communication, internal communication, but actually it's about our club PR. So people need to know what we are doing, and people need to know about our initiative. So we started to think, and one person from this team was responsible for PR and for this communication. And we started to think what we need to do and how we can communicate within our organization about this, what we are planning. So first of all, we have some internal channels. We decided to publish some materials about our club and also demo meeting, which I will talk more about later on. Secondly, we decided to use our internal learning newsletter. And thirdly, we have some meetings about the learning offer, so people can join and talk and see what is going on. And we dedicated a few minutes for a Toastmaster club. So we added a lot of rumor inside the organization, what we are doing. And of course, also we believe that very strong communication tool is word of mouth. So actually we decided as a whole team, these 5 people, please share with whoever you meet, when you talk during the lunch, when you have a team meeting, share information about it. So everybody has a role, has a task to inform as many people as possible about this initiative. And the last but not least, we also published a few information on our private LinkedIn accounts. And sometimes I notice that, people are like tired with this internal communication, because there is sometimes so many information. But when they are sitting at home, they just scroll LinkedIn and they say, oh, Milena posted information about the Toastmaster. What is it? So some people actually got to know about our initiative from LinkedIn and from our private accounts. PR. And the third thing was the education. And actually Gosia, who is from HR, was responsible for this education. And the responsibility of Gosia was to plan how Toastmaster will be incorporated in our educational offer in IKEA. So to secure that people know that this is part of our educational offer, and this is something what is supported by IKEA, also by leaders. We even said the rule that it should be added as a development plan for coworkers, so people really know that this is the offer which is supported and approved by IKEA internally. So I think these 3 areas were like the main areas which we needed to focus on to make people really understand and be clear what is it about. And how we communicate is very important. And actually, this is not what I have built, but this is something what I borrowed from Pat Johnson. I don't know if you heard about Pat Johnson, but Pat Johnson is a distinguished Toastmasters. She was also our international president. And Pat Johnson is like an ambassador of a corporate clubs in IKEA. Toastmasters. And she wrote a book, which unfortunately is not available for buying, but I can share PDF because I got it, because it's not possible to buy it anymore. And also you can find on the internet a short summary, like 6 steps to open corporate club. So there are 2 sources, a big book, maybe not so big book, but a book, and also like a short document which states in 6 steps how to open and maintain the club. So I really recommend to read it. If you want, you can also contact me and I will share it with you. So she wrote in the book also that the corporate language is a little different than the open club language. And here I will show you the examples. So instead of Toastmasters corporate program, instead of Toastmaster club, you can use Toastmaster corporate program. So it's better to use program instead of club, because club may sound not professional. Participant instead of member. Tuition instead of dues. Program or session instead of club meeting. Leadership roles, program executive board instead of club officers. Leadership training instead of club officer training. Curriculum instead of path or pathways. Milestones instead of DTM. Strategic plan instead of distinguished club program. Critical success factor instead of goals for the club. And advanced leadership opportunities instead of area director or roles on a district team. And this is actually also our learning on the way, because we were using, because I come from the open club, Emilia also comes from the open club. So when we started, we were using this open club language. Club officer training, the president, VP, education, club meetings. So we were using that. But recently, we got the input from our high manager that this is the difference a little. And then when I read it in the book, I thought, okay, so there is something in it. And maybe it's worth really thinking how to speak to the companies and how to use the language which they will understand. So that's why I added this slide to strengthen that and recommend you to think about it once you will be talking internally in your organizations. Good. So once we have it planned, we know how to communicate also within the organization. It starts to do the tasks, to do the job. So the first thing, which is very important and we need to plan it and prepare properly for is to experience Toastmasters by a demo meeting. Why it's important? Because people are coming to see what is it, how it looks like. And we put quite a lot of effort to plan it. Actually, I'm a little laughing that I built IKEA Toastmaster Club in Toruń during the conference, because when I went to the conference, I already knew that I will be opening the club. And I was approaching many different people asking, you know, I'm doing that, I need the support, maybe you can join us, maybe you can come and support with some tasks during the meetings to take roles. And you know that 10 people from different clubs in Warsaw dedicated their time and came to our demo meeting. Also Sylvia, who is here, was there, I remember. And we did in a way that there was a person from IKEA and person from Toastmasters who were doing this role together. So people from IKEA were partially involved. They already could experience, see how it is, but people from Toastmasters supported. And actually we have in total like 40 people. So around 30 people from IKEA came, 10 people from Toastmasters. And it was like a big show, a lot of energy. So really people were impressed with that. And I think it's very important to show it in a professional way, what Toastmaster is. But on the other way, to do it in a fun way, there is a special recommendation how you can do the table topic session. You can use the special piece of paper where people fill in their names, what they are interested in, and you can use these papers to select who will come to do the table topic, and people just sharing what they wrote and they are just sharing their experience. So it's like a kind of comfortable way of doing table topics. Good. So that's about the demo meeting. And for the demo meeting, we already took some forms and we tried to not everybody could make the decision during the demo meeting, but some people could already confirm, okay, that sounds nice, I can join. Some people told us, yeah, but I need a week and I will come back to you. But we knew, first of all, when we sent the Excel, so we asked people also to fill in because we wanted to know the names who is joining our demo meeting. Then we knew who we should contact to follow up and check if they are joining us or not. So that's how we planned that, how we did it. And then when we firstly had the club in prospect, we got the number, we started to collect these forms, and actually in April we started with the power. Why we started with the power? We decided that it will be also a kind of special meeting. We ordered the cake. We also invited external guests to come for the first meeting. And it was a really nice event. So people felt that we are kicking off something which is very important in our organization. And then we built the plan for the future. And Emilia will talk about it more. She will deep dive more here. Just I wanted to share with you some pictures. So the picture here on the top, it's the picture from our demo meeting, and the pictures around are pictures from our meetings, the picture with the cake, so you can see how it looks like and how we started. That's all from my side, and now I hand over to Emilia. Emilia, do you want to share or shall I continue the presentation?
Please, let's stay with the same presentation. Though before we will go to the second part of our meeting, Milena, there is one question in the chat. So at the stage when you were mentioning about handling the whole administration aspect of opening the club, one question pop up: how big was the team that time?
You mean this team who took part in the opening the club?
So maybe here we will ask, this additional question, to the person who wrote it.
Yes. So basically, when you had this initiative to start a club, then you searched for people in the corporation. So how many people you had, like just to start the club from the initiative till chartering, or till providing all the documents to US?
So at the beginning we were 5. It was me, and 4 other girls. At the beginning, we had only girls. And we were the core team at the beginning who started this preparation and to build communication, education, and to plan these activities. We had also, I was the sponsor, and one more person was there. It was Dorota Ucieklak, who was the second sponsor. So I can say that we were 6 together with Dorota, who was not part of IKEA, but she was the club sponsor. So she supported us also in this planning and in the preparation.
Okay, thank you so much. I have one follow-up question. So how often did you meet? Like how it was practically? So you did it after work, or you met on weekends to plan everything, or you organized it like through, I don't know, online meetings? So how was it?
Because we were located in one office and we actually could meet face to face. So we had quite a lot of face-to-face meetings. Actually, sometimes also we had hybrid meetings. So, for instance, Dorota was joining us online, but we had quite a lot of face-to-face meetings actually, because it was much more efficient. And honestly, at some point of time, we were meeting like 2-3 times a week. So we were like having
Wow.
2 longer meetings and sometimes even short meetings just to double check at least once a week. So it was the minimum, and it was like more than a month that we were like meeting weekly. So it was quite intensive with a high dynamic. But on the other hand, we felt that it's also good because we were moving quite quickly. We were delivering the next steps and we had clear deadlines. So we had the deadline that, okay, we know that this is the week when we will release the learning, we will release the learning offer. So we need to be ready with this educational part and with the communication to the people.
Awesome, great. It sounds like it was a really successful sprint.
Yeah. Oh, this was actually big learning for me from leadership perspective, because okay, I need to admit that I was the one who mostly keep an eye and was like coordinating this between people. And I got the feedback that from one hand, they felt that, okay, it was nice because we were quickly moving, but I got also the input from some other people that some people felt that maybe it was too fast. And it's a learning from leadership perspective, how to balance it, how to listen to people, if the pace is for them okay or not okay. So, and actually it was part of my high, this project.
HPL, high performance.
Exactly,
Yeah.
high performance leadership.
Awesome, awesome. Thank you for your valuable insights. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Good. So I believe we can move to the second part. So as Milena mentioned, we were already after the demo meeting. So yeah, what happened next? And now I will say, definitely the most important aspects of how to maintain the club at the early stages. So first of all, yes, we need club officers. Milena already mentioned that it was the plan from the beginning to have the people who are involved at the early stages of building the club as a club officers. Why? Because there were already the people who were highly motivated to build something from the scratch. In our case, we had Milena, who already had an experience. And also at some point, it was me who joined. And in such a way, it was a mix of some of people who had already experience in the Toastmaster environment, plus some people who really wanted to make it happen from the beginning. It's worth to mention that at that stage, we did not even think about election. It was the conscious decision. It was too early for such formal way of choosing the club officers. It was also already mentioned about club mentors, and we also utilized the knowledge of these people to provide introduction to each role of the officer at the beginning, and also we stayed in the close communication for a few months in terms of any questions, roles, advices. Basically, this make us feel safe and secure that we will act as we're supposed to as a club officers. And also, it's worth to mention about the I believe the mandatory point to complete trainings that are offered for club officers in shorter way, our COD trainings. In such a way, we built the core of the club, I would say.
Mm.
So then we were already ready to act. So first, during the first club officers meeting, we were obviously still supported by the club members. And our first intention was not to plan, not to go really big, not to plan the next month. We were focused on really just going step by step and planning just the next few meetings, feel confident in that, and make sure that we are basically good at the operational level. So our first plans were just referring to the next 4 to 6 weeks. We had small goals. We also share our expectation. We defined the success criteria. At this point, we also were maintaining our communication plan. Already Milena mentioned that within the club structure, we also had a person who is responsible for the communication within our organization. And it was definitely a huge support for us. And also, right from the beginning, from the first meeting, we started to delegate the task. We already knew that we need to work as a team. Milena made a huge effort to build the club, to make sure that we are registered, also that we all have accesses. We have all of the rights to call ourselves the formal Toastmaster Club. But from this point, we really start to delegate tasks within the officers. And also from the beginning, we agree that we will meet at the monthly basis. Though, if needed, we also had some additional meetings. Okay, so we secured our club officers, and then as a next step, we also needed to have some plan regarding the club members. So as I mentioned, our first goals were not so big. We wanted really to be able to smoothly complete each meetings. And here I need to say, step by step, we wanted to be better and better from meeting to meeting. So obviously we use our internal channels within the organization to share the materials available on the Toastmaster organization website. Why we did that? Obviously, our members from the beginning had an access to these external platforms. At the same time, it was just easier. We just wanted to shorten the communication channel in that case. We also, from the beginning, had the support from the mentors. Milena created the portfolio of the mentors available for our members. At the beginning, there were about 7 to 8 people from other organizations, not only from Warsaw, but also from the other clubs, so that obviously we had a chance to meet with these mentors face-to-face if possible, but also online. From the beginning, we really made an effort to assign all of the roles for the meetings in advance because we really need this time before meetings. You can only imagine how was it to organize the first, second, third meeting. We had a group of people who had, I would say, small or barely idea of how the proper Toastmaster meeting should look like. So we took this extra time before each meeting, first of all, to assign the roles, but secondly, to meet with all of the people who took some roles. So starting from the beginning, with the Toastmaster, with the meeting evaluator, then with grammarian, accounter, timer, and so on, and spend some time to discuss what is the most important for this role, how to introduce this role during the meeting for our club members, how to evaluate then at the end the particular aspect of the meeting. And I need to say it was not easy at the beginning. Obviously, Milena was an expert in that. And I believe we basically were acting like that for the first few months. Milena, would you like to add something at this point?
No, I think you said everything. I don't agree that it was only me. I think you also came with your experience and expertise from the Open Club where you were in Łódź. And also from time to time we were inviting people from other clubs, from open clubs, and we had some guests who took some roles, did evaluations to show our people how it should be done in a good way. So it was like common effort and we were building slowly this knowledge and step by step moving to achieve operational excellence.
Yes, indeed. And thank you also for underlining that indeed it was a collaboration between obviously Toastmaster of the meeting, club officers, but also our external mentors. We were also not so strict at the beginning. We decided to give space for people to learn. What does it mean, simply speaking? Obviously, our first meetings were not ideal. It was not easy, I can say. First of all, to remember the agenda, who is acting, yes, after who. What is the standard structure of the meeting? How to behave on the stage? When to clap, how to shake hands, when to stay on the stage, really basic things. But we did it from the beginning, just with the smile, with the small suggestions like, guys, also at the end with also giving the open feedback, but in a positive way. For example, yes, we are happy that this time we were on time, that we followed the agenda, that all of you remember to shake hands, or this time we were really good in clapping. Yes. Yes, I believe we can continue. And then regarding the first speeches, it was very important for us to be able to set some standard. That's why at the beginning, at almost each meeting, we had an experienced Toastmaster from other club. We had a club mentors and external guests. It was very important for us to invite the right people to present some benchmark, to really communicate to the club members what we expect and what it's all about. At the beginning, we also had workshops from time to time, during which we were focusing on the specific role or part of the meeting. These workshops were also conducted by the already very experienced members of other Toastmasters club. We did not put any pressure on people. So from time to time, at the beginning, it happened that we did not have any speaker. But it was not an obstacle for us, because if needed, we basically extended the time for the table topic session. That, it's worth to mention, can be even more valuable in the context of the corporate club, as in the business life. We basically practice these table topics almost at each meeting.
Yeah. Maybe I can add on, Emilia, here.
Yes,
There are
please.
I got to know that there are sometimes corporate clubs which only have a table topic, and they made a conscious decision that they don't want to push people maybe for the speeches, but they only make table topics, and it's also okay. So I think you need to listen and adjust to the situation which you have, and don't trust people. And maybe maybe you will tell it later, but we discussed, Emilia, that it's better to do the meeting only with table topics than to cancel the meeting. Yeah, if you start to cancel meetings, then you lose the interest and people feel like maybe it's not good, and it's like a bad news. So it doesn't create good environment, good atmosphere about the club when you cancel the meeting. So that's what we believe.
Yes, definitely, yes. So it was the sequence, and then at the end, we started with the first icebreakers. So with our first team members.
Shall I?
And then, so this was just the beginning, and obviously, what I believe you could also observe in terms of your clubs, that at the beginning everyone is exciting. We have, you know, a huge demo meeting with cake. There is a lot going on. We have a perfect communication. So at the beginning, this motivation is really high, and it is really a challenge to keep this motivation, energy, and this curiosity from the club members for a long time and at a high level. So how to do this? We can already share after 1 year of operation the key points we believe are really helpful. So there is a huge role of mentors. Already we mentioned about the club mentors, and also the mentors for our club members. So it's really important to have the base of these mentors, but also to have them active. I remember at the beginning we had a club mentor at each meeting. They were just rotating, so they were also very responsible. They were giving us feedback. They were also sharing their opinion, and it was definitely a valid contribution. And also we felt a huge help from the mentors from our portfolio for members, because definitely there were very experienced people with many useful tips, and basically they were experts, and it definitely speed up the development, first of the club and then of the single members. External guests, I already mentioned, it was very important for us to present good examples and also inspire. We already know that experienced Toastmaster members can inspire. They can motivate with their speeches, and it was also very, very important for us. From the beginning, we were also encouraging our members and also club officers to visit other clubs, to see from the beginning till the end how the standard and good meeting should look like. And for us, it was the best learning. We could spend, you know, many hours explaining, but it's a completely different situation when we can visit, observe, feel also the atmosphere. Milena already mentioned, we did not cancel the meetings. Maybe during the 1 year there were also 2 meetings that were cancelled, more due to different events within the company, or maybe because of some bank holidays that were nearby.
Mhm.
We also encourage at some point people to take part in the conferences. We all know that the conferences give us the huge amount of energy, inspiration. We can join the workshops. So gradually we are keeping encouraging our members to do so.
Mhm.
And also from the beginning, we were trying to collect feedback from the members. Not to wait for the special occasion, but really ask almost after each meeting, especially to also our visitors, what do you think about the meeting? How do you see it? How do you think, would you benefit from such meetings? What was good, what you did not like? And gradually by collecting that feedback, we definitely were closer to our members, but also to our, to the people for whom we were creating the club.
Mhm. And maybe it's worth mentioning about the moments of truth, which we did.
Yes, we definitely also mentioned about that.
Mm. Okay, sorry. Oh.
Good. So indeed, from the beginning, and I think it was quite natural, and it can be seen as a natural step for the big companies and cooperation, because in our daily business, we are talking about the goals, about the expectations, about KPIs. So here, and I can say Milena started from the beginning to share, and it was already within the first month of operation. She explained us that we should have a goal, we should have a plan. So we were all acquainted with the club success template, and gradually we were fulfilling the mission, vision, our goals, expectations, and so on. We were also quite early also introduced to Distinguished Club Program. And we saw it as an important aspect of club development. Not necessarily as a thing that should be fulfilled, and as a task that should be fulfilled at some stages, but we really started to understand what is the most important. And obviously, because the Toastmaster organization operates for many years, we definitely took it as a crucial part of the development, as a learning from many years. So basically, we believed that this is very, very important. And also we knew from the beginning that our club officers will be rotating. What we are aiming also currently is to build the really high competence within the club, within club officers. And we would like to do this in quite fast.
Mm.
This is one of the most important aspects. Our management was involved from the beginning. Nevertheless, obviously, we have slightly different goals, slightly different scope of our operation at the beginning. And there are definitely more and more aspects that should be aligned within the company management, also at a bit later stages when we start the whole operation. So for sure, there are many questions that should be answered, but what is the base? So obviously the role of Toastmaster Club within the organization. Is it going to be a part of the development offer or of the learning offer? Can it be also treated as a part of our employee development plan? Can we, state it as already, a structure, as a tool? And can we just also communicate within our management team members that it should be seen as a tool? It's also definitely very, very important to agree on communication plan, internal and external, means of communication, what we can use internally, externally, and also the language. There are many companies that have their own communication entities. In many cases, there are strict rules. What can be communicated, what cannot be communicated. This has to be in line definitely with the company values, with the style. And Milena already shared what can be the differences in the corporate language. We should definitely speak the same language to be understood within the organization. That's why these aspects definitely should be already agreed from the beginning. In such way, we will avoid some risks. We will not do any faux pas in the internal or external communication. We will not cause that our intention would be misunderstood. So these aspects are very, very important. And I believe we can
add on something.
Yes, obviously.
In our corporation, we agreed that the minimum every 6 months we want to meet with the management and share what is the progress in the club, what is the plan, what are the challenges. So this is like a minimum. So after the election, probably every new board will be meeting with the management.
Definitely, yes.
Okay.
And what is worth to mention at the end of this part of our meeting, we should be ready for challenges. It's not a question if, challenges will come. Different challenges we will face at the early stages of the club, different challenges when we already start the operation, different challenges when we already see that some of our members are not joining the meetings. So from the beginning, we need to agree that, especially with the club officers, guys, we are all in it. We need to work as a team. There is no time, no space for blaming and so on. We should just share the ideas, suggestions openly, obviously with respect to each other. And solve issues in a systematic way, meaning just to keep some action plan with the dates, responsibilities, priorities. We should all agree what should be taken as a first step. Obviously, from time to time, we will face the moment that there will be just too much information, too much feedback, too much expectation. And that's why this is our role to decide what is our priority, if it goes in line with our goal for the first 3-6 months, what is the also expectation from the management. So step by step, we should basically operate as a small project team or as a small company that also have some expectations. And also at some point, we organize the moment of truth session, because as in every environment, there are team members or club members that will share their opinion freely. And there will be always some group of people who don't have such need. But when we meet officially and organize some moment of truth session, with pleasure, they will make a list of all of the points that they see as important to be slightly changed, to be modified, to be stopped, or maybe there are also some aspects that we should start doing. So don't be afraid of the challenges. They will definitely come. Be open, don't worry, and work as a team. And I believe this is the last aspect of this part of the meeting. Can we see if we have any questions in the chat?
Yes, we have one more question from Sylvia. How many people need to fill the application form to have the club opened? So this is the question to the previous part, probably. So to charter the club, because officially we call it the club charter, you need to have 20 forms filled in by members. And the rule is that maximum 3 forms can be the active or reinstated members. So it means that if, like me or Emilia, we have some experience from the Toastmasters, we are counted within it, and maximum 3 people can be in such a state, and 17 people needs to be from new members who never have anything in common with Toastmasters.
Thank you.
And the thing is that you can have a club in a prospective. So you can send the documents and send information, what is the club name, they will give you the number, and you can be a prospect club for a while, and you can start meetings. So if you don't have 20 members, don't worry, start meetings. Start the first meeting. You will, when you have the number and the name, you will get also some materials from Toastmasters. So you can use the materials like icebreaker, etc. You can just share PDF with people, so people can also start preparing speeches. And then you can kind of promote and even get more people to collect these 20 people. But I encourage you to charter club as fast as possible after the demo meeting, because I think the biggest energy comes from the demo meeting, and from the demo meeting you will have this, you should have these 20 members.
Mhm.
Yeah.
That's good approach. Thank you very much.
Any other questions?
Yes, I have one question. How is it so in your club? What days do you meet? How often do you meet? What daytime is it? Is it like, does the company look at this like a working hour meeting, or how does it work? I have no idea.
So maybe I can answer. Is a question. We are meeting on the weekly basis. This is Wednesday. Because we are this part of organization that is traveling, from the beginning we said to our members that you don't need to be 100% at the meetings. We have this rule that minimum, if you are at the 2 meetings out of 4, it's great. So this is it. We are meeting in the office hours, so from 2:30 till 4 p.m., so that some of our colleagues can, without a problem, pick up kids from the school, from the kindergarten. It was agreed with the management that we can definitely do this in the working hours.
Mm-hmm.
Did I fully answer your question?
Yes, cool. That's
Good.
really
Maybe
nice.
I
Very good.
can add on to that from the perspective when I observed, because before I opened the club, I decided to also visit other open clubs to see what is the difference, because every club is different, and also to contact some other corporate clubs. So I contacted Bayer in Germany. I also get in contact with the club in the Netherlands. And what I see that some clubs are meeting just for 1 hour, and they are meeting during the lunchtime, so between 12 and 1, for instance. But what we discussed that, first of all, I know that for IKEA, actually this lunchtime is really important. And I don't think people will be happy having this meeting during the lunchtime, because also it's important to take a rest. And secondly, why we did it in the afternoon is that people mostly close all the business meetings. They are joining our Toastmaster Club, and after they don't have any business meetings. So, you know, they are not thinking like, oh my God, I will be having this meeting. I need to prepare something, or so they close everything what they work on, and they come to us and focus on the club. So that was the thinking behind.
That makes sense. Yeah, totally. Mhm.
Mhm. And one thing which came to your mind, maybe because Emilia mentioned this external and external communication, which we are actually now after 1 year strengthening, and also it's good to mention employer branding, because what we found out that actually Toastmasters is a very strong contributor to employer branding. So our communication and our HR is using a Toastmaster Club as an employer branding initiative.
Wow, that really sounds amazing. So and for now you have like 20. How many members do you have in your club?
So 1 year ago, we started at the level of 28 in April. Currently, we will have 18 from
Yes.
next month. So obviously there was some rotation.
Yeah.
Yes, people had to experience what does it mean. That
Yeah.
indeed it means extra effort. It means going out of your comfort zone. There were also, some of the people also changed the position, become the managers. So the situation has changed. But we also have new members in the meantime. So we still feel we are on the safe level. Nevertheless, one of our goal for the next few months is also gather new members.
From the beginning, we discussed within the club officers that our internal communication and membership area is very important, because I even made people within the board aware that it's normal that some people will leave us. We need to be ready for it. And we need to spread the information and have new members coming. And that's actually what happened. Some people left company. Even today, we have a colleague who was leaving and she was laughing that she's changing the company, but maybe we can establish that the club in the company which she's going to. So, and some people, they lost interest. It's okay. It's not for everybody. And we need to accept that, be prepared for that. And we need new members and word of mouth. I really believe in word of mouth. And actually this is something what works perfectly in our club, that every member is responsible to try to bring someone to the club, at least encourage to come for one meeting to see. And also what we discussed, that we want to even more to promote that our leaders will be joining our meetings. I'm not saying that they need to be the member, but they need to see what is it. But we have also like 1 or 2 managers in our club, so we have also managers.
That's nice. That's nice. But I mean, if the company is quite big, then it's of course maybe easier to get new people. But I don't know how it is in your club. Do you have that many people there?
So currently in the office, we've got about 450 people.
Oh, okay.
So
Nice.
indeed, it's a big office.
Yeah. So many departments. So I just thinking about my corporate life. So when I worked in office, and it was like a sales company, and there was also a warehouse workers, and it was always like a little bit like this, because we were on the top of the building. Yes, the managers, they're above us, and we are down here, doing the the work, the actual work. But how is it? Can you really, or have you approached somehow to include like from all departments the people? Have you like special, I don't know, PR, some marketing, communication, something like that?
Yes, so maybe again, I will just explain
Big.
it from the practical point of view. I believe it very depends on the company culture, style of communication. We are the lucky ones to work in the company that we don't feel any hierarchy. We don't feel any distance between the level of managers, senior managers, people from the headquarter or specialist. To be honest, if I were about to say anything about positions of the club members, very often I'm not aware if this is a manager or not in such a big office, because it's not visible. We don't see any differences.
Wow, that's great to hear. Awesome.
If I may comment about the size of the company, that's true that it's not worth opening the corporate Toastmaster club in the company which is small. Pat Johnson is saying in her book that it should be 200 plus, at least, people in the company. From our experience, where we have 450 around, it's I would say like maybe 300 plus, because I see that this 400 is quite okay, and we have quite a lot of people interested, etc. But I think if it's less than 300, it could be a challenge. But of course, it all depends. So maybe 200, 300 plus is like this minimum.
Yes, that makes sense. Nice. Maybe are there any other questions from other participants?
So maybe I have one question regarding the cooperation with management. Yeah, and how to start it? How to start discussion with management, with manager? Okay, we have a club already, and what to do next? With how to connect with the vision of company, let's say.
Indeed, we started. Please let me know if you are meaning different stage of the process, because at the beginning we refer more to the learning offer, development aspects and so on. And just recently we started to think how to incorporate this initiative into some tactical plans, company strategy, and so on. So we just started this conversation. There is a definitely plan for it, place for it, but now we are just discussing how to do this, how to benefit from this, both sides, for the club, but also for the company, and the plans for the next year.
Adding on to that, how to approach, how to find this person who is the decision maker, and how to find this person in the corporation who can help us from the managerial perspective. I think it depends on the company. So actually, our company is, as Emilia said, quite flat. So our managers are really open for the conversation. And I didn't have any problem with just talking to Kasia, our decision maker, about this, and to start some discussions. Actually, we have a few meetings before, like a short chats in the corridor, when I ignited this idea. I don't know how it is in your company. If you are able to just talk with this person when you drink a coffee, or maybe to approach the HR manager, or if you able to maybe start with your HR department and to find people who are responsible for this learning offer. And sometimes it's worth asking people for help, maybe to ask openly, we are wanting to restart. And actually, Pat Johnson is also mentioning that if you have a club and you see that it's collapsing, you need to like start from the beginning, like make a new reopening, start with a new communication, like you are starting with a new project and to build this energy from scratch in the office. And maybe you need, if you have a problem, to approach these people who can help you, then it's worth maybe asking your direct manager and share these thoughts. Maybe your manager is someone who can help you and help you to get in touch with these people. Also, my manager actually built a good, because she saw the change in me. So she was the one who promoted also this club within our organization. Then you can maybe approach your HR and ask for the help that that you can share openly that you want to restart with the new energy, promote the club and to set a new project, new history, and who can help me with that. So if one person will tell you no, then go to another person. Don't give up. And I think sooner or later you will find these people who will help you. Sometimes just we need to be stubborn and just look for these people to get to the proper person who can have an impact on this, how the corporate is functioning. Does it answer the question which you have, Philippe?
Yes, definitely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so also now I have some, let's say, an idea maybe that we can, during the conversation with a manager, for example, I can press more on that is an opportunity for employees to build their public speaking skills, and they can, for example, next provide a better presentation, which we use a business presentation, and also that can be argument to support to promote our club also among the team leaders, that they can also promote that they know the people the best, because in the teams, so they can also.
Mm-hmm. Yes, yeah. And I think it's good to set the plan and to have this demo meeting, promote this demo meeting. I know that you have a strong contact with many people from Toastmasters, and I know that you are also the person who supports the contest and other activities. So use this opportunity and ask us Toastmasters from other clubs to help you to come for the demo meeting, to build this energy and show that we are here strong together and we are here to support each other. So I think we have now more and more corporate clubs, so we can set the common meeting and also people from the other corporate club can come and support you with that. So I think we are here together to find out solutions. So yeah. Good.
Yeah,
Any
that
more questions?
sounds great.
It sounds maybe as a big job. So I'm not telling you that it's easy, because I think generally this is the learning path. And this is the path which learns you a lot about leadership. So this is definitely the leadership path. But on the other hand, it's worth doing. And if you see happy people who are enjoying it and are laughing and having fun, I think it's something what makes you think, okay, it was worth of doing.
Also here, we tried to underline these practical tips. And maybe, Milena, we can already share that these tips also enabled us to basically achieve, something, because we already know that from next month we will be the Distinguished Club.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Congratulations, that's awesome.
Thank you.
That's really awesome. Well, beautifully said, Milena and Emilia. So inspiring and so motivating also. And really to see, like, from your perspective, how it can be done. So I hope that many other Toastmasters from our district or around the world can later also rewatch this session and get inspired by both of you. That's really amazing.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you.
And Milena,
Yes.
maybe we can also use this opportunity and invite all of you for our first anniversary
Yes.
that will take place on 18th of April. You can visit us in the IKEA purchasing office in Warsaw or also join online.
Yes. So if you are able, then please come and visit us.
Yeah, we will definitely share the event or the link in when I share the video of this session, then we will share it also, the invitation.
Yeah.
That's great.
Maybe we can
Perfect.
create also the event on Facebook, then people can click and remember about it.
Yeah, that's true. Maybe, yeah. Awesome.
I don't know if, this is the only way. And actually, I believe this is not the only way how to open the corporate club. So
Yeah.
there are many different ways. And as I said, some corporate clubs have only table topics. Some corporate clubs treat it as a maybe more additional activity and treat it as this fun part. We decided from the beginning that, of course, we believe fun needs to be there, but this is in the end the learning path. And we also want to be clear that our coworkers can develop by that. And also, maybe it's worth mentioning that within this 1 year, already 2 people were promoted to the managerial role. So that's how I also believe that this is the way how to promote ourselves.
That is the perfect example how actually practicing communication, contributes to your career, to your development, and it's just amazing. It's like, I think that's the biggest reward
Yes.
for you as a Toastmaster, right? Yeah. Awesome. Okay.
Super.
So what do you think? Can we wrap up the session? I think there are no more questions anymore. I think it was very fruitful. Awesome. I don't know. I'm so happy that I'm here with you today. Maybe one request. I would like to take one screenshot with all of us. So, okay, 1, 2, 3. Yes, and it's done. Very nice.
I don't have more questions, but I just wanted to say big thank you to you, Milena and Emilia, for a great session and a lot of guidance for us and a lot of useful tips how to start such corporate club, and big congratulations to both of you for making it happen and showing us the real example of it. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Good.
Thank you.
We need
I
more
agree.
clubs. Then I hope that we
Definitely.
create even bigger corporate clients network, because I think we have more and more. So I hope for the next year we can kick off something like a corporate club network in Toastmasters in our district. So
Awesome idea. Great.
Goodie.
Thank you everybody. Thank you for joining.
Have a good
You are all amazing, and let's keep developing ourselves and and contribute also to other people's lives. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.